Oh my gosh, you guys, this looks like such a mess. So for today's Freeform Friday, I want to make some hair bows. So when Miranda was little, she did not like them, but she likes them now, and you can make a headband, you can put it on whatever you like. So hopefully, I'm sorry, I moved my chair. We'll just make some stuff and see what happens. So in my mind, I'm like, I can do this, I can do the ponyo, I can use my Bowdabra, I can use like this little clippy thing, we can make boutique bows. I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. I just grabbed a bunch of stuff. Bummer, I couldn't find a lot of my like Christmas bow stuff. If I have links in the description box, there would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. I don't think I'm gonna have them for any of these things. I don't know. We'll see, because again, this stuff is just ribbons and stuff I just went and grabbed out of my garage, so it's probably super old on top of that. I keep everything in a big tub, especially my ribbons. And so I couldn't find a lot of the things I had in mind, and then I finally found another tub that says on it ribbons, and found some stuff in there. Like I even found this thing that heats up your ribbon. It's by Simplicity. I don't even know if they still sell this. I think I did a review on this on my old channel, and I was not a huge fan, but I will try it again. You can curl your ribbon on this, and it worked best with like thin synthetic ribbons. So we'll see. Maybe I'll use that thing. I got some little bells. I found this and stuff that I bought last year at the dollar store. What's funny is that these look great, and there was another pack of bells that are like this, but just a little bit bigger. I know they have some really big ones, but a little bit, and they were rusted. So just so you know, maybe if you want something to last a long time, maybe, the Dollar Tree isn't the best place, but these look great, and they were in the same bag. So whatever moisture got to those other ones, they look really bad, like really bad. So I'm going to try to use a bunch of fun things. I have zip ties here because this is another fun, quick way to make what I guess they call a ponyo. I had made one a long time ago for my little niece. I gave it to her, and she wore it for a long time now. It's a little juvenile for her because of the ribbons that were in there. But it lasted the whole time, so I was like, okay, I want to do that. And then, I just grabbed whatever ribbons I have. So I'm going to put this to the side because I have a ton more ribbon next to me here. I think I'm going to start off with something easy on the Bowdabra, which would be the ponyo. I like to make them 13-inch strips. So this one is basically something that you would stick on, where'd I put them? A hairband. I think I left them in the other room. I'll bring them over in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Just to, here they are. They're on top of this box. These guys. So I went and looked through my stash, of course. This one is for extra thick hair, and these are huge. I have extra thick hair on. This is ridiculous. I'm like, what is this? So big. So, this is not... I mean, I guess that's what you want. This is really big. So the other one I found, the only other one I found was this guy. It's a little bit thinner. I like him to be this thickness, but smaller like this. But, oh well. So I'm going to use this guy. What's cool about these ponyos, like, you're going to take time to make it, obviously. If they ever break, you can just do the same process, use your zip tie, and if this were to bust, stick your ponyo back on a new one the same way. So there's no harm, no foul there. It's just, you keep replacing the band. This one's a little bit smaller than I would like, but I think for Miranda, actually, this is probably good. So I'm going to use that. Hopefully I don't misplace it because that's like the only one I found. And I'm going to use these guys. I'm going to cut my ribbons like Christmas looking. And this one is fun. You can just put whatever you want. I had pearl strands in the other one, like just whatever lace, anything that you can cut, if you had that are just strands. It doesn't matter what it is. Or ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to think about what I need to do. I'm going to cut these about 13 inches. And then you can cut the tips of them so that they are, I'm just measuring on my mat here. Hold on, 13 inches. And like this one's very skinny, it's very small, so I don't care that it's just straight across. So I'm going to cut that way, and then I'm going to take a lighter. And you want to do this with any of your ribbons so that they don't fray later. Oh, this lighter. I need to go grab the other one. I have in the other room. But either way, when this stays on, we're going to singe the ends so that way they don't fray. So I'm going to cut a ton of 13-inch strips. Here's another one. Let me show you this one, what I would do with this. I'm just measuring it on my mat here, what is about 13 inches. They don't have to be perfect because by the time you put this together, no one will know. There are just so many strands. You can cut this at an angle. You can fold it like this, right, to the two sides together, and then cut at an angle this way, and now you have dovetailed ends, which always look really nice. Again, take your lighter if it stays on and singe that. So when I come back, I'm gonna have a ton of different ribbons, different sizes. They can be 7/8, ½ inch, 1/4. It doesn't matter. Just a ton of ribbon cut and edges. I would say edges singed. I don't know. I'll be right back. Oh, real quick while I'm working on cutting these, I'm telling you, I have rickrack, which is so cute to put in that little zigzag stuff because it's just a fun shape, you know. Anyway, I was looking for anything that was red. I couldn't find a lot of red things. And so I have this, so I'm going to bring some of this out. Oopsie. Again, super old. I've probably found this at, I'm going to say Tuesday morning, probably at least 10 years ago. Because I know I brought it from like here to Georgia and back here, and I've already been living here for 5 or 6 years now. So yeah, it's been a minute. So this is the kind of stuff that maybe would work well with this thing. So I'm heating this up. Another tip I want to give you with the ponytail is I do at least 2 of each strand. That way you have like pairs, but you don't have to because it's just a mishmash of whatever you have. So it's not a big deal. Or even threes of things is really nice too. Now I don't know where to cut this, so I'm going to cut it after I'm done rolling it. It feels pretty hot. I don't remember that being the case last time around. So I am going to, oh, there's the other thing. So I'm going to put this on here, right? You have the little clippy. As you work with it and turn it, this swivels, so you're not going to get too wound up. And I try to keep it not overlapping each other, but right next to each other. Because if it overlaps, then it's going to have less contact with the heat. I know people do this with dowels in the oven. I've never tried that. But, you know, it's first time for everything. If you're interested in that, you can probably Google, or not Google, but just here on YouTube, look up making curled ribbon, or what do they call these? They have a name for it. Oh, corker bows. I think that's what they call them. The ones that are like completely like this. I never used this after I reviewed it, so I don't remember how long you have to hold it, to be honest. I suppose I can hold it for like a minute and then like go and see what happens. I don't know. I guess we'll sit here and figure it out. But as you can see, this is not going to be that long. So I'm not going to cut it off. I'm going to clip it back and then do it again. Because I basically want it to be this long on one side, right? That's like a 6-inch. Yeah, it's like a 6-inch ribbon curl. My brother, I don't know why on Elf, the movie, he always thinks it's so funny when she's like, that's impossible. He wants 6 inches. The ribbon curls. I guess because to make it a 6-inch ribbon curl, how long does it have to be for you to like use your scissors and the curling ribbon, right? Let me see. I don't know if this is it, but hey, that's pretty good. How long were we sitting there? It's not the best. Now, I didn't starch this or anything like that. I have a feeling. See, this part didn't do so well down here, so I'm gonna get that back on here. I don't know. Just that part. I'm gonna hold it for a little while, and then I'm gonna bring this other section so I can make it longer, okay? And I'll make a couple of these. I don't know that they're gonna keep their curl. They should. But that's kind of what I was saying. You really want something that's like polyester based so it actually kind of melts it in that fashion. All right, I'm gonna keep working with this. I'll be back. I think this is all that I'll be using. Now, I'm gonna use the Bowdabra Mini. I don't even know if they still make that thing, but if you find these like at Hobby Lobby, they sell them like a pack of 3 super cheap. You could probably do the same thing with this because you're just gonna stack them and then you want to pinch them just to have like an extra pair of hands. So let's say I stack these nicely, which they're not right now, but let's say I stack them in here nicely. So that's holding it for you, and then you just bring in your zip tie. Boom, through there, through the other thing. Basically the same thing I'm going to do with the Bowdabra, okay? And then you have your little hair tie thing. So I think I'm going to use like a light colored band. And see, something like this, a small one would be better because it's small and discreet there. But, so these guys, I bought these because we bought an RV, right, a few years ago. And people are like, you need zip ties, you need all these things just in case, you know, who knows what happens, what might fall off or your RV. So I had bought these probably at the auto parts store. I don't know, but it was like a pack of like 500 different sizes. So I have tons of these. So I'm going to bring over my Bowdabra. We have to set it up. So usually with the Bowdabra, you use this stuff. And what's funny is I couldn't find the end of this. So I just kept pulling it until it was long enough for me to have it right here on my desk. So it's sticking out of a drawer. And just, I pulled it to get to the end. So it's all like here and shouldn't be here, but that's okay. Instead of that, I'm going to use a zip tie. Okay, so we're going to pop that first. And then within the zip tie, you want obviously your headband, this thing. I'm going to back up just a little bit. I know in my old videos, they are old videos. I will have the links to my bow making videos. sometimes they were too close up. I was like, oh, Vianney, what were you thinking? It was like really claustrophobic. So anyway, so I'm gonna put this here and I'm gonna bring it this way. Now I'm already gonna pop this through. So one of these has to come through, right? Because this one I can bring it up over and that's fine, but this needs to go through here because you just want this to be able to catch that. Does that make sense? If it was just laying out, you would catch both ends of this thing. So you want that. And also, you know, the weak spot of the thing is right here. You can put it wherever you like. I usually like to put it towards the center. So I'll put that there too. Because when you go to put this on someone's head, you're really going to pull on this. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to mess with that too much. All right. And then we just start. And I did not plan this at all, or I'm just looking at it. It looks so cute just the way it is. Let's start. Maybe this thick green one will be the first one. And you can, you know, look at your ribbons and find the middle and give them a good squish. Put it in there. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Just find the center. These are so easy, you guys. And again, I'm just eyeballing that. Give it a squish. If you don't like the way it looks, what you can do is adjust it, right? You're like, oh, let's just adjust it. This one's thicker. This one's a little bit thinner. Let's go with this guy. Again, looking for the center. I probably should have marked the centers. When it's small like this, I don't really care. I just pop it in there. I'm not trying to squish it down. The ones that you really want to give a little squish to are like the larger ones, just to get them going right. Maybe I will bring in some red. Where we have red dots. How about red? Do I not have plain red? Okay, this one says naughty for some reason. I was like, where did I get this? That's cute though. I think this is from the Dollar Tree because to be honest, this feels more like it's not even like nice ribbon. It just feels funky. I do like that one, but this one will do. Yeah, I just couldn't find a lot of red ribbon in my stash. I'm like, I'm not looking in the right place. I know I have tons of Christmas ribbons because I love it. I found all my Halloween ribbons. I found the ones for like, what's the thing coming up? Valentine's. You know what? Let's go with black. And the reason I just got black is just to bust up the color, but you know, it's in there. It's fine. Let's go with black. And then maybe this thick red. Oh, you know what? I only have one of these. I thought this stuff was a pain, so I didn't want to do any more. But you know what? It's not bad. I'm just going to add one. That. Okay. Again, it's going to start getting pretty wonky and crazy here. Don't worry about it. Just keep putting them in there. This cute little green Santa one. I think this is also from the Dollar Tree. Again, it has that same like really synthetic feel. I'm trying to do this a little bit faster because we have other things to get to. I want to do a couple of bows in this video. And then again, if you want more in-depth, check out my bow tutorials, but there are so many tutorials out there. Mine are probably at the bottom of the heap. On my old channel, I had tons of them, but okay, so there's that. And basically that's it. But then I have this bow and I was like, from that gift set, okay, you guys saw that gift set I was going to give to Miranda's teacher. Well, they closed the classroom, so I'm not going to see her. So Miranda wanted to use the mug earlier. She had Coco online with her teacher, the class, so I put it in that. And then I have this even. I was like, oh, you can even stick something like this in there. Super cute, right? A little more festive. But I have this bow, so I was like, I was wondering. Usually what I do at the end is I hot glue a ribbon over the that thing. So maybe I'll use it. Maybe I'll use it on something else. We'll see. But I think I could also, if I really wanted to, get it stuck in with the zip tie. But then it's going to be kind of crooked. So, okay. So that's it for now. That's all I want. Again, junk it out. Put whatever you like in here. Makes a really cute hair decoration. All you're gonna do is to bring this up and bring up your zip tie. Now, if you're not using a zip tie, I wanted to use this because you have a lot of stuff and you really want it tight. Just use the same stuff. Use another ribbon. Use a yarn, whatever it is that you want to use to do this with. But you're gonna have to tie it, obviously. With a zip tie, you can just pull it. I'm not pulling it super tight yet because what I'm gonna do is open this up, see what's going on, make any arrangements. And what I like to do also is put that big knob towards the bottom, right? You don't really want that out here, and look at that. And like again, like this one, okay, she's kind of funny. I want her little dots to be showing better than whatever it's showing right now. So just mess with it a little bit. Do what you need. And then once you're happy, if you need to pull, you know, some one way or the other, give it a really good pull, right? And that's that. So again, what I normally do is I cut this off because obviously you don't want someone getting hurt with that. I come in with a ribbon and wrap it around. Ooh, hold on. Trying to see if I can get this doing the same thing that I would want, but Probably not. It's not bad though to stick this on here. I don't know, it kind of takes away from the ponyo feel, huh? Okay, we'll use that for something else. So what I'm going to do is just, like I normally do, take a piece of any one of these things that's in here already just to make it nice. Maybe that lime green. Where are you? Here you are. And I'm just going to take a piece of that, maybe like 5 or 6 inches. This is the least technical part. And I'm just going to make a little tie. I just tie it like this to make like a little cute knot. I think this has already taken up a lot of the time of this video. Tighten it up as much as you want or leave it loose however you like. I usually like a bigger knot. And then we're going to tie it on here. And that covers up all this stuff. I just realized I didn't plug in my glue gun, so I will be right back. I'm waiting for that to come up to temp. What I want to do, let me put this to the side. I can eyeball this a little bit better because I know there's a lot of extra ribbon here. I don't want to use too much of it like on this side. So I'm going to make one side a little bit shorter so that way this does cover that lump really well. We also want to heat set this. Here we go. What I mean by that is just seal those edges. So we're just going to do a few kind of fun, simple bows today. So hopefully, you see, this is so cute. And that ribbon, I'm telling you, is already starting to uncurl. If it uncurls completely, what I'll do is just cut it down, you know. But yeah, I think I remembered that I was like, this is disappointing. So let's put this on here a little bit. There's my little green bow. And I like to put lots of hot glue as much as I can. Come around here. Again, it's covering up that piece of plastic, so hopefully it doesn't poke into anybody's head. And then this piece can wrap over this way. I try to put plenty of the glue, but try to make it a little tighter than that. I might have to mess with that a little bit. I come around that knot, and there it is. It's a ponyo. It looks super cute. You put that in your hair, you have your little ponytail or whatever, and that's what you got. All right. Super easy, super cute, in my opinion. I'm going to use the Bowdabra again, and this time it's going to be pretty quick, so I don't think I need my heat gun, but I need it for the next, possibly, things. This one is just a simple bow. I have this ribbon. It is, let's see, what does this say? 7/8 inch? That can't be right. Oh, okay, no, duh. That's a different one. I was like, this is really thick stuff. This one is 1.5 inches, and I have 18 inches. So it's a 1.5 inch ribbon. I have 18 inches of it. And you know, before we get started, I just cut it down. None of this is going to show, but at the same time, you don't want it falling apart later. So let's put a little heat. Ooh, trying not to catch fire there. All right. What you're going to do is take about 1/2 inch of this. Actually, before we even do that, I am going to use this stuff again. If you don't have this gold stuff, or you run out of it, or you're going to use this little clippy, just a yarn, another piece of ribbon, whatever it is that you want to use. For this one, since I have this stuff and I never use it, I'm going to go ahead and use it today. I need this much. I'm not going to use my nice scissors to cut that. Cut it with this. Almost had a bunch of things falling over here. This will be really easy. So we put this in here and you kind of double it over. So if this was yarn, if this was string, if this was another ribbon, whatever it is that you want to use, do the same thing. So I'm doubling it over and putting it right in here. If I was using it on this, I wouldn't add it yet until after I made the bow. So if you're using this little clippy, what you're going to do is basically the same thing I'm going to show you right now. But it's a little bit harder to do what you want, but you're going to wrap it around here, and then I'm going to pass this back through here, unclip it, pass it back through there, and then basically do the same thing I'm going to do here. Open it up and then stick this down. I know it looks like a big mess, but I'll show you in just a minute. So you start with one of the ends. If there's a side of the ribbon that looks nicer than the other, make sure that side is facing down, okay? So ugly side up, you know, if you have a directional ribbon or however. I'm giving it a squish. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to bring this over. This is 18 inches. So theoretically, let's see, if you have the bow and it goes back this way and then I have some here, you're going to line it up to the 5 centimeters. I think I have this on the metric side. Yeah, I have this on the centimeter side. So it's about 2 inches-ish. I like this size, so that's kind of why I'm using that. So I put that down. I'm going to wrap this around make a flouncy bow so it hits like the 5 centimeter or the 2.5 inch side, right? Push that down in there. And then this guy, you can bring him up and around and down, or however, but that's the way to do it. So I've already pushed that other piece that we just did. And then this end, you're gonna wrap it under, okay? And just another about 1/2 inch or so, push it down in there, okay? So now you have this kind of looking bow. It looks like 2 loops, like, I don't know why it reminds me of hot cross buns, but okay. So then what you can do is get this, kind of start crunching it. I'm crunching it underneath here to push it down. Crunch this up a little bit too. Push it down. And now you have a good idea, you know, how wonky or how well your bow looks. Now, if you want a bow that's like a pinwheelish and kind of funky, you know, that's up to you. But I am going to try to arrange this a little bit better. And this one's going to be really simple. We're just going to add some of those little bells on the top. So again, let me see if I want to distribute this a little bit differently. It needs to go this way and back this way. I had too much over here. Again, just check it out, see what it looks like. And all I'm going to do with this bow, honestly, is just finish it off right here. Just trying to see what's going on there. You can give it a squish with this thing too. Just trying to see what's going on with the... Bring that that way. Okay. And then you bring these 2 guys up. Whatever it is that you're using, you bring it up and you pop this into this loop. Again, if you want to layer, keep layering things up on here, spikes or something else, you know, keep going. I'm going to hold this down though, and I'm just going to pull this tight. And there's a little bow. Actually, before I pull it out, I should have done something. One more thing. I haven't used this thing in a long time. You can pull this tight in the opposite direction, and it'll just kind of like, get that in there. Okay. All right. So then you're going to mess with your bow now or later or whenever, you know, however you like. And you're supposed to loop this stuff around and around and around until it's like nothing. And then I'm going to tie it off on this back side. Okay, unfortunately I could not find, well, maybe I can, a red that really coordinates back with this. Sorry, I'm just trying to tie this off. I had to give it a good squish. We're going to cover that up anyway, so I'm going to leave it for now, but we'll trim those ends off in just a minute. Again, just arrange your bow, mess with it until you're happy, okay? I'm not happy quite yet, but I'll keep messing with it, okay? So we have that. The next thing we want to do, or the first, or however you want to do it, I have these barrette things. I also have the little clippies that come from like Sally Beauty that you can definitely just use because they're just like little alligator clips. Super inexpensive for like however many, because they're basically meant to be clipping, you know, people's hair and doing stuff while you're working on their hair. So it's just a ton of them. Does it have more than one size? Oh no, they're the same size. Okay, so this is a good size, I think, for this little bow. So what I want to do is cover this. And so I had my, here it is. See, I was kind of looking at these. I was going to use something with this in there. I don't know why. Oh, you know why? For the little knot. Yeah. I think I'll still use, oh, which one looks better? The reds are, ooh, this is very bright. I think I'll use this one if I make a middle center for it. But what I was going to do is just add little bells here. So I wasn't even going to do anything that has to do with ribbon. So what you want to do is take this guy, and yeah, I used to have my measurements down, but you know, this is a new clippy for me. So what I'm going to do is eyeball this. So we want to shove this in here a little bit. We're going to glue it down along this whole thing and then glue it back around there. And you can go through the whole center if you want. I'm going to completely take this apart. Make it easier. So I guess if we're not going to do measurements, this is another way to do it. So I'm going to, this is 1/4 inch ribbon. I love this stuff because it's so functional for lots of things. But I'm going to start off by shoving this in here a little bit. So again, I'm not measuring it, I'm just eyeballing it because there's a 50 millimeter, it said, barrette, and this is going to go around here, and then I'm going to glue it down back over there again. So I'm just eyeballing this about that much. And now we're going to take our heat gun. Heat gun, I always say that. I always say the wrong thing. Glue gun. Add a little glue here. I'm going to let it help me hold that because I don't want to touch that. Put glue all over the back. And if you're not making a video, you know, you can take more care with this. I'm just trying to show you a few bow ideas. Of course, the ideas are endless. And then back over here. And that's just to finish this off. You don't even have to do that, but it's always a nice look to do that. And let me try to push this down here. Come on, buddy. Oh, that's right. Got caught in that little thing there. I'm going to take a second to clean off the glue, and I'll be right back. Okay. So we have all our pieces here. So what I'm going to do is just trim off... Ooh, not with my good scissors. I keep wanting to do that. Let's see. Just trim off this gold stuff. I suppose you could leave it there, but I don't really want it as a feature here. And I think I am going to wrap just this part, so when I go to put the bells on, in case it peeks through, you don't want it to look too rough. So I'm going to take this. Ooh, see, that's why these are scissors to cut metal. Do you see how I didn't even want to cut the fabric there? Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. So normally what I do with this is I wrap this around into the clip, you know, but I'm not going to do that today. And you want this nice and tight to look nice. But before I really tighten it, I give a good look at the front and see where we're at. Because sometimes when you go to finish it off, that's when you make the bow look super weird. Okay, so you just want to take care of where that's at. And I don't know why that happens, and it's kind of a bummer, because obviously you want to do a nice project, and then you're like, oh, I added this thing, and then it just completely made the bow look lopsided or odd or whatever, you know. Okay, cute. Now, I don't know. Let's reassemble this little guy. So basically these little pieces go back in here. So this is that Bernadette clip or whatever they call it. It's like a fancy clip. Am I making that up? I don't mean barrette. I mean, what's it called? It just says nickel metal hair barrette. There's a name for it. I guess French barrette. I don't know. So it's not always this, you know, complicated. Again, that goes against the grain. So when it pops and clips in. These are the only kind of clips I could have used when I was a kid or I was younger, because I have so much hair. I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto the clippy. And then I'm going to, and this is a good clip for this, because whenever you have anything that has a lot going on, a good French barrette is what you want. I guess that's all I wanted to say, French barrette. I don't know why I thought Bernadette. Alright. To be honest, I don't know if I'm going to do another bow. I had another one in mind. We'll see. I just feel like this video is going to go on very long. Alright. And then I wanted to add, I mean, look how sweet that is. I mean, that's just a sweet bow. But it's not super Christmassy, right? Because of the style of it. So I'm going to take a couple of these. I wanted to put 3 of them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Let's see what one looks like. Oh, one's cute. I don't even know if I can get 3 on here. I suppose if I really glue them, we can do 3. Huh. You guys. Okay. 1 was cute, but, you know, if 1's cute, then 3 is even better, right? So let me put a ton of glue just there, because I'm going to put these guys here. And then I'll come back. Now, you can also sew these, because obviously they have that little area in the back. You could sew them down if you wanted something to really last for a long time. But again, like I told you, those ones that I had in the garage, these were in the garage too, but they completely corroded, I don't know. So, you know, maybe it's not something that you're going to have year after year anyway. Look how cute is that. Of course, I'll have pictures for you guys at the end. All right, let me mess with this just so it looks a little nicer. I'll be back. Okay, I think I'll do one more just because hopefully I can explain it quickly. So this is that 1.5 inch ribbon. Again, if I had more Christmas ribbons, I would use a different one just so you have a variety here, but we have what we have, guys. All right, I'm gonna singe these. Now, sometimes I usually wait to the end to do this, because at the end of your ribbon, I'll show you at making your bow. It is that maybe you want to cut it sideways, you know, maybe you want to dovetail it. I don't know. But this is 27 inches of 1.5 inch ribbon. And I saw this on a video a long time ago. So we're folding it in half, okay? And at the half, I'm gonna squish this. Now, I don't remember the lady's name, and I've mentioned this before, Beady Bum something, Bitty Bows. I don't know. This was a very long time ago, you guys, but I remember the technique. So fold it in half, pinch it there. On this other side, you're gonna fold it down maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's up to you. But the more you take off the edge or the ends, you're gonna have a smaller bow, right? Because you're using less ribbon. Give it a good crease, like as well as you can crease something. Right, we have that midsection. Okay, now we're gonna bring over that middle mark that we had done and fold it over and give this a good crease. So we're gonna make just what they call a boutique bow. And this is a super basic bow. Maybe I'll add some spikes. I don't know, I'm trying to make this video not super long. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm gonna open this up. So now we have all these marks. We have a mark at the very end, one there, one in the center, one there, and one there. So pick up your bow. You're gonna take that first mark and match it up to that very first, not the middle one, but the first one you come across. And you can make it an X, you can make it like a plus sign, however deep you want this loop in your bow to be, that's up to you. So either cross them or kind of more of an X if you want it a little looser, that's up to you. I like to make them almost more of a plus sign just to get some good loop. We're gonna take this middle one, and this middle one is now gonna come and meet up here. Again, however you like, hold on. Let me see something. I haven't made this bow in a long time. That seems weird. Okay, yeah. No, just bring it forward. And then again, at an X or however, but you want to give it basically the same angle you're doing over here, right? Now this one's interesting. This one you're going to fold backwards. You're going to that next mark that you made. Not the very last mark, but the next one. And you're going to tuck it under. You can just tuck it under this. You can tuck it under here. You can tuck it under and leave this piece here. You know, if you want it showing, it might show, it might not. You know, let's say you wanted this to have that little angle at it and you made it cute. That's up to you, however you like. But usually what I do is I cover that. So I'm going to bring this up here again, find my mark, tuck it in, again, as deep as you like, so it kind of matches up the bows that you're doing. This last one, you're going to bring this up and basically make it the same direction as this guy. So we're not talking about X's and crosses anymore. We want to bring it so it's the same as that guy. And that's basically it, guys. And now we're going to do some fun things. Again, I have this thing here, and now I don't really like it since there's a lot of it showing. I'm going to do this. If you want to dovetail it, you can dovetail it. If you want it to go the other direction, cut it the other direction. Doesn't matter. So that's kind of why you hold off on that. Ooh, not too much, because this one does want to burn. Okay. Now, we have this alligator clip. I'm going to hold it on here right now to help me. You do not need this. You can do this by hand. What you're going to do is fold your bow in half, right? And then fold back this bottom third, fold back the top third. And that's your bow. Look how pretty. And then you would just run your needle and thread through it. So if you think about it, the needle's going in the top, right? Out the center, back into the center, then out this top part. So if you're using this alligator clippy, boop, boop, boop. Let me open this up again. You should do the same movement. So it went in the top, right, area, through the center, through the other center, and then back out the front. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use this clippy just so you have an idea of how to use it. And I'll be right back because I did not get my thread. You don't need all the needle and thread in the world. I mean, it's just for this, unless you're making lots of bows. If you're doing a bow sesh, you would do all that. I'm just getting a pointy needle. Obviously, they're all pointy, but some are like embroidery needles. They're a little different, or can be. Hopefully, ooh, that is a tiny, tiny, tiny hole. And my thread is split a little bit. Let me do that again. It's not even that I can't see it, it's that the thread is so split. And you know, I have to show you guys the struggle is real, right? I can't just do this off camera and then show up. Alright, there we go. All threaded and be like, ooh, this is everything's perfect. Y'all know that's not how it goes. Okay, again, lots of different ways to do this. These clippies too, you can also find like at Sally's, because people use it for like holding hair towels and on your head or whatever. I don't know what they use them for. I'm not a lady from that kind of thing, but yeah. So I'm gonna go again, kind of in this bottom area. See how I can see the different layers? You want to catch those layers. So I'm catching that one, I'm catching that one, that one's there, and that one's there. So right in here, And then I'm going to bring it up. Actually, I'm going to go all the way through just because it's hard. I picked the smallest needle in the pack. I'm going to pick it up kind of through the center here. Right? Because if this was folded over like the way we had it pinched, it's kind of like that. And then the center we had folded it. So I'm going just a little bit above that one. Right down. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Down in the center. Just do this evenly. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is kind of why I do it the other way, because I don't have to think about up and down with the needle and thread. I just kind of pinch it, but that's okay. So back through here. It's going to look pretty either way. Like whatever you do with this, the bow, it's still going to look nice as long as you catch all the pieces. And then again, basically in the same area that I started from, you know what I'm saying? Back down in here. And what's cool about this is that if you did it right, you didn't sew this into this guy. Now, with this on here, you can pull it tight. You can take it out and pull it tight. However it is that you want to do this, which is the scariest part to me, because I always feel like I'm going to rip it through here, but let's start pulling this tight. I'll give it a scrunch while I'm doing that. I'll scrunch it down myself. Okay, and then you can keep going around and around with this. I'm going to take it out of this, because I don't use this thing very often. And you saw for reasons why. I'd rather just scrunch it and then do this. But here we go. Alright. So, from here, it came out. We can just start looping around and around and around and around and around real tight. Before I get too crazy with it, I always like to give it a look and see that the bow is still doing what I wanted it to do. You know, again, this is always the part where you can just completely mess that up. Let's get this over here. And it looks fine. And I never know what's the front or the back of the bow, to be honest. Some people like this back side because of the way it looks. And some people like the front. You know, pick whatever side you like. And then finish off your bow. Or the thread. So I'm just going to go under. Oh. Through there. Give yourself a series of knots. Okay, I wasn't planning on doing this bow, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to go through there again, cut this off. Actually, you can even keep that. If that's going to help you attach the next layer, you can leave this on here and then let that help you kind of string on the next thing that you want to put on here. I don't know what I want to do with this, so let me think about it. I'll be right back. This is Freeform Friday. We're going to do whatever we want. Okay, I am going to put this bow on here, but I'm going to trim it down a little bit. So again, this came from packaging. I always keep all the ribbons that come on packaging, especially if it's like nice ribbon. And this stuff, it feels really, really nice. So I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to make it a little bit shorter just so that it goes inside of here. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like I didn't just get it from packaging. It looks like she has got that from God knows where and put it on there. So let's put that there. So cute. So a lot of time with the boutique bows, what you're doing is you're stacking different styles of bows. So I think this is, I think it's cute. Okay, and then I have this little piece of red ribbon that I thought would be cute just to add a little more sparkle into there. I do not know. This probably came from a package too, because that's what it feels like. And I'm going to do it flat. So I am going to singe the ends. I'm not singeing the ends of this other one because it feels like material. Ooh, you saw that catch fire? All right. Oh, that smells not good. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this on here. It's a little dabble do ya. Do not think that I wasn't thinking about putting these berries on here. I was like, how can I put the berries on here? I mean, they're so cute. I mean, really. You want to go all out? So it has a stick, right? It was longer like this. I'm like, maybe if well, I would cut it off, but maybe if I bent that back. I like these little berries. Maybe there's another way I can use them. Okay. And I'm not going to put any glue on the front because I don't want to, again, sometimes when you bring this in, that's when things go wonky. All right. I'm going to hold that there, bring it to the back. There's a little bit of glue still. That's what's kind of helping me hold this down. And I'm going to put that there. Again, nice and tight. Try to get it. I know it's scary because of the hot glue, so it's hard to like get it as tight as you would want because you're like, I don't want to touch it. But you kind of have to. And I probably need a little more glue, but that's okay. I think this will get me there. I'll make another barrette, you know, so I can stick this on top. And And like I said, you gotta really kind of look at it and mess with it, because a lot of times by the time you go to put this other thing on, that center thing kind of makes it all wonky. Alright guys, I think that's it. So again, I'll make my barrette, I'll cover it, and I'll stick this onto it. So thanks for watching. You can attach these to headbands. I have the headband material here. I brought it out just so you can see it. Again, this is from Hobby Lobby. Just put out as much as you think you need. If you have your little model, you know, you can put it on there. Obviously you want a little bit of stretch. And the two ends, what I do is I just put it together, nice ends facing, and I sew it by hand. Same needle and thread, just stitch, 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 so it's, you know, not coming apart. And then I usually stick the bow on that part, so that's covered up, you don't see that. So hopefully that makes sense, right? All right, guys. Again, use this guy to hold it all together. All right, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.